Now, the mark of the beast, 666, is something that is really stressing us today. That is why we are stressed about the 5G and the plan and an agenda behind it, the plan and the agenda behind the corona and the link between the 5G and the vaccine behind it, and the vaccine having the chips and the barcode to which would be the mark to which they would say you have been vaccinated and what all these things foretell. Remember that anything that the evil one does is a copy, trying to imitate the heavenly realm. Since the war began in heaven, where Lucifer, the musician, challenged the authority of heaven, the spirit of heaven, the one who sits on the throne. So he wanted his own people so that they would worship him. So now, because he was thrown on earth, and then the human race began, he wanted the human race to become his worshippers, to become his place where his worship would be happening. So now anything that he does is a copy from Elohim. Now, is there any evidence of this code 666 before it was mentioned in Revelation? There is. We are only paying attention to it because it's written in Revelation, and we are fearful of what the devil might do, or what the rulers of the world will do through the power of the devil, what the woman who sits on the dragon would do through the code to which she comes with, and the cup of filth and the names of blasphemy that are on her head. There is an evidence of 666. Why do you think Adam, our greatest grandfather, was created on day 6? And on day 6, was there any evidence in what he did on that day that resembles the 666? First things first, the heaven works in a code, and the code is 24. That is why it says, there was a one who was sitting on the throne of heaven. His face gleamed with such brightness, like the crystals and the precious stones as jasper and carnelian. The one who sits on the throne, and the one who sits on the throne was another thrones next to him. There were 24 other thrones next to his throne, and 24 leaders on those thrones. Now, 24 divided by 4 is 6. You find that in the Old Testament there are 12 tribes of Israel. In the New Testament there are 12 disciples. 12 plus 12 is 24. Look at this. When you have your board meetings in your enterprises, in your companies, where do you sit? In the boardroom. How is the boardroom designed? It's a circle or a square or something like that. Where is it copied from? From the code 24. So now the code 666 is missing a piece of the pie. It is like the pie, the circle was divided into 4. But now the 3 parts of it are missing. That is why it says the dragon who was chasing the woman took with him, when he was cast unto the earth, a third. 3 parts of the pie were thrown down with him. The 666 was thrown down with him, and now the Illuminati has chosen to make themselves the enlightened, for they know the truth of what is in heaven, the last 4th pie. That is why the code 666 is incomplete. For when it is complete, it will be 24. So now the dragon, the one who sits on the dragon wearing scarlet and purple, is trying to take that incomplete pie and make it 4. That is why the Egyptian structures are incomplete. That is why the dollar, when you look at it, the money, there's the Egyptian pillars there, and then there's a triangle there at the top with an eye on it. Because of these things are incomplete, so the devil is trying to complete what is incomplete. He wants to complete his worship here on earth. Yes, it could be done through the agenda behind the coronavirus. It could be done through the agenda of the vaccines and the population control and all the other things that they're trying to do. Yes, in the vaccine, the virus could be there. What is like the computer tool, it would be attached to your skin. Yes, those things could be like that. But now I want to share with you and let you know that do not be fearful, for the enemy has long been attacking you in different ways. So now if you study what was there before, because the number 666 was there before, but yet the 666 was times 4, it wasn't times 3. Let me give you a simple example.